What's up guys, Carl here, Noble Training. Today's video we're going to go over the difference between oxygen deficit and oxygen debt. So some of you are probably thinking I'm crazy, you never heard these terms, maybe most of you have. What is oxygen deficit? So you go for a run, you get out of your car, you do a BS warm-up like most of us do. I'm guilty of it, just like I did yesterday. I had a resting heart rate, which is mine's under 60, but most people are between 60 and 100. Under 60 means your heart is healthy, assuming you have no heart issues. Basically, your resting heart rate, you should test it every morning anyway, at least once a week, just so you know. But you don't want to actually get up out of bed, stand up, go to the bathroom, get some water, because that's not a resting heart rate anymore. Sit up, check your pulse, you can look at your watch, look at your clock, do it for 30 seconds and then times it by 2, or just do it for the minute, count your beats. Between 60 and 100 is normal. A little lower just means you're healthier, assuming everything's on the up and up. Anyway, oxygen deficit. You get out of your car, you go for a run. That initial shot, you went from a resting heart rate and now your body is demanding more oxygen quickly. Even at a slow pace, you still have jumped your heart rate and it's not used to it, it's just a quick pop. So it takes time. So you're in oxygen deficit the first half mile, the first mile, the first 2 miles, depends on you. Your activity factor, a lot of things matter. So imagine you go to a park and there's a hill. That initial hill will jack your heart rate up. So you might go from a 60 resting heart rate to, well, quickly you're at over 100 beats a minute, maybe 120, 130. So you feel winded. And this is where people mistaken, oh no, I suck at running, instead of thinking, oh, this is oxygen deficit, I'm gonna shut up, suck it up, get through this first mile, and then my heart rate may still stay the same beats per minute, but it will even itself out in the way it's efficient. It's the way it pumps blood via oxygen through the bloodstream. So it becomes more efficient as you continue to run or swim or bike or work out. Even some people I see at group class, if you don't do a great warm-up, which you should, but some of you don't, I'm guilty of it too, what will happen is if your first station is jump squats, you're not really ready for that explosive power, that leg demand. Those big leg muscles are going to want that oxygen because you're in an anaerobic state initially. So you need lots of O2 there. And what happens is you feel gassed. You feel really winded initially. But if you notice, what will happen is it'll taper off. You'll actually feel better. You'll be more efficient. Nothing really changed except the way the body uses the oxygen. So your heart rate still might be high. You're still working hard, but you feel better. It was a good example yesterday. I went for my run. My first mile sucked. I felt terrible. I was like, I hate running. My second mile felt good. My third mile felt even better. At a faster pace, my heart rate was more efficient. So that's oxygen deficit. So don't tell yourself you suck at running. You don't. Just deal with that first mile, suck it up, and then you'll get out of that oxygen deficit mode and you'll taper out and you'll feel better. Now what's oxygen debt? Oxygen debt's a good one. You may have heard EPOC effect. There's many names for these things. Basically, you do a nice full body workout. You do back squats and push-ups and pull-ups. Your body worked hard, assuming you used high intensity, heavy weight, all that stuff. That's all relative. If you're a rookie, heavy weights, that could be 5 pounds. Anyway, if you worked hard, your body will become oxygen in an oxygen debt phase, which means it needs more oxygen throughout the next couple of days to repair and rebuild muscle tissue and bone density and help you burn fat. So that's why I really push the intensity factor here. Work out harder, you get a longer duration of that oxygen debt, which just means your body's working harder, burning more calories, burning more fat throughout the next few days to repair and rebuild from that hard workout you had. So oxygen deficit is what happens initially during a run, a swim, a workout, a boot camp. And then oxygen debt is what happens after the workout, possibly for up to 3 days, depending on, if you do a big Spartan race or something like that. So these are important. Why? Oxygen deficit, if you don't like that nasty feeling of, wow, I'm really gassed, do a better warm-up. Get your heart rate up. Do more movements. Don't just cold stretch and static stretch. That's okay, but get your heart rate up before you actually jump into a higher intensity activity. And the oxygen debt, this is great. This is why lifting weights is the fountain of youth. Nothing's wrong with running. You need both. You need cardio, but weight training will give you that better EPOC effect or that better duration of that oxygen debt. So you will build muscle, you'll change your body composition, you'll put on bone density, which especially in females, you hit 30, 40, 50 years old, that bone is dropping quickly if you don't fight that osteoporosis. But you want that oxygen debt in the end. And if you want to fight the oxygen deficit in the beginning, just do a more aggressive warm-up. But it's normal, it's not good or bad. Give it a shot.